Hello everyone, welcome to the next Bringing Out the Knack tutorial. In the last tutorial I showed you how to connect to the MySQL database, which is where our users are stored, and now we're going to see if it works. We're going to do a little run, so make sure it's saved. Mine is already, and as I said before, make sure it's saved in the www part of your WAMP. So that's very important. Otherwise the PHP won't run, and you'll get just a page of PHP really. So now go to your localhost and then your directory. Basically go to the directory that is. So mine was in there it is. So when I click it, you see I got a pass error. Okay. So this is what happens if you do something wrong, and the computer can pick it up, and you get this orange box. Usually it's syntax, this is pass, but yeah, same sort of thing. So it tells me where it is, so that's that. So I know it's in db.php, I know that already because that's the thing I'm running, but now I know it's on line 9. So if I go to line 9, there's nothing wrong on line 9. Now the way it works, just because it says line 9 doesn't mean it is line 9. If there's the line above it is wrong, then line 9 will also mess up. Now basically, when you say all die, it has to be on the same line as this. So that ends the line. So if I put a semicolon in, that's the same as if I pressed enter. Pretend. Yeah? So even though this is below, the line ends wherever it sees a semicolon. So it will keep reading until it sees a semicolon. So really, I'm technically writing that. But because it looks unneat, I put it down here. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It doesn't go to the next line until it does that. So doing this here is this line here is technically still line 7. It's just the fact I've pressed enter. That's all. That's a very useful thing to know. So that's the only reason we do semicolon. Otherwise, it thinks everything's on the same line, and you get loads of errors and all that stuff. All dies need to be on the same line as the thing it's killing, really. So we need to make sure that it's like that. And that was the one problem, I think. So if we save and go back, alright, no errors. This means that that hasn't happened and that hasn't happened. So therefore it must have connected. So that's great. So now we've connected to our database, and we now need to write a form for the people to fill in. So basically where it says full name and all that stuff, we need to write that. So what we're going to do, so we're going to go, we'll do register first because you have to register before you log in. So we'll do a new one. What we'll do is we'll do HTML tags. If you're not familiar with HTML, I probably do some tutorials on it. I probably will do some tutorials on it in the future. But this is what I'm doing first. Now, basically, the HTML tags show that it's in the HTML document. Let me quickly save this so it goes colourful. We need to, alright, log and register, blah 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 blah. Okay, we're going to say register. And we're going to save as .php. Even though we're using HTML tags, the HTML tags show that it's HTML. It doesn't matter if we save it as PHP. Now the head is sort of the backstage, is sort of what isn't shown on the page but still runs. So this here is where we'll put our PHP. Yeah, because our PHP. And then when we do a body, that is what's actually on the page. So now we're going to write a form. Now, whether you're familiar with forms or not, I guess you can still learn through this. Basically, a form is a thing where you get those boxes, and then it says fill out this box, fill out the next box. So where it says username, put in your username and password. Those boxes are the form, or the whole thing's the form really. But so we need to do form tags. Everything in this is covered in these sort of brackets, these more than, less than signs. These are rather, that's what everything is. A special, each tag, so that's a form tag, there's a head tag, a body tag, HTML tags. The tags are inside them. pretty much everything is inside them on this. You don't really get anything inside, outside. Anything outside is just considered as text and doesn't really, you know. So we've done our form. We also have to say, when you put a slash in front of something, that's where it ends. So we're saying HTML start there, HTML end there, body start there, body end there, head end there, head start there. That's sort of how it works. So we have to do the exact same with the form, because this thing here doesn't always class as an end. Oh, this here doesn't always class as an end. So with the input, we're going to call it by saying name equals. We're going to have to call it something. We'll call it full name, because we want to find out their full name. That's how a proper register script works. We're going to say type, so what type of input is. So whether you're going to put in, like, you know, whether it's going to be a button. So if I said submit, it would be a button. If I said text, we get a text box. So what we want is a text box. Full name, type, and that's that. So that's that for the input. You don't have to end input tags, the same as you do like form tags. With this form, we need to say method. So this is how the form's going to be submitted, sort of. We're going to say post. So the form will be submitted as a post. So later on we'll say the form that's submitted as a post, or where full name as a post equals this and whatever. So it'll all match up later. Input. We need another one now for username. Oh, don't know why I did that. Name equals username. So now input, you know, we have the next one, which is that. You put in your username in a text box, same as the other ones. Make sure you do your equals. Correct syntax is important. And now end that. And then we need one for password. So input name name equals password. Type equals text again. Oh no, password. Now, the difference between text and password is, you know, you see those little dots instead of your password when you put in your password. I want to show you an example, but this will be the example. And we'll do it. You'll see it in a bit. Basically, it puts in those little dots when you're writing letters, so the people around you can't see what you've written unless they look at your keyboard. Which, you know. And then we're gonna have another one. Oh. Don't call things the same. And we'll call it repeat password, because that makes it so that, because if you get one character wrong in your password, you're going to forget your password, aren't you? Or you're not going to know what it is, so that you won't be able to log in again, and that's just annoying. So, method form, post, input name, blah. Yep. Okay, that seems to be relatively correct. Now, well, yeah. That's our form. You've also learned a bit of HTML today. It's pretty good. So in the next tutorial, we'll start referring to this form up here, and we'll actually make it so that it puts stuff into the database. So cool. See you then.